Indiana Jones and the Crystal, whatever game is called, that came out, requires an RTX or ray tracing card to run it properly. AMD RX 6600 and NVIDIA RTX 2060 Super. Minimum requirement. And with a minimum requirement processor of like 10th gen. That being said, though, what is the issue with this? The issue is a lot of people don't have, guys. Once again, sorry. Like, subscribe, notification, ring that bell. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving and great Christmas. Hope you have a great Christmas. I hope you guys have a great New Year. If you're watching this past due, I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a great New Year. And be safe either way. But the issue I'm having is with this. We have people out there who still are using 1060s, 1080s, 1080 Ti's, 1660 Super, 1660 Ti's. Sorry, guys, yawning. Who are still using these older cards to play the game they play. Now, if you wanted to play the new Indiana Jones game, you're gonna have to have a card that meets the minimum requirement. That meets the minimum requirement of this game. And for 60 frames, you have to have a 3080 and like I think a 12th gen i5 or i7, whatever, 12th gen Intel processor. This is not doom and gloom. It's not at all. What this is the ramifications of these game developers pushing the boundaries of all possibilities. To force people to buy a new graphics card is kind of silly to me, because PC gaming is kind of a weird niche of people, you know what I mean? PC gaming is kind of a weird situation at hand. And I say this with the utmost respect, that if you can't afford PC gaming, consoles are still the best thing to go to. And this kind of pushed people back to consoles. Like, okay, I got a 1660 Ti. I bought it, let's say, 4 or 5 years ago. I've been playing good games on it. And, cool. And Indiana Jones coming out. I like Indiana Jones movies. Oh, I have to have a 20 series or a 30 series. Why does it just go back to the damn Xbox, And that's what people are going to be doing. I believe going back to Xbox or PlayStation or whatever the hell they play on. Because the realization, I can go buy this Xbox for $500 and play a game that may only one game you want to play right now, maybe. I don't know for sure. Probably not. But let's say it was. Let's say you had to have this Indiana Jones game. Okay, well, you have to have a ray tracing card. And even the RAM for a recommended is at 32 gigabytes. 32 gigs of RAM. My RAM, 32 gigs. 4 sticks of 8. So, minimum is 16 for the minimum 2060 Super. 8 gigabyte card. And it goes to 32 gigabytes of RAM and recommended in Ultra and High and Ultra. It's going to be rough for a lot of people. A lot of games that require a lot more memory. And if you're rocking still, if you're still rocking 16 gigabytes of RAM, yeah, you might have a 3080, 3090, but your RAM is going to hold you back. It means you have to go to upgrade RAM. Not a big deal. Not a big deal, unless you just got the RAM. But if you bought a new PC, why are you buying anything less than 32 gigs anyway? I think 32 gigabytes of RAM is considered probably going to be the minimum that you want to get into. 32 and up. My motherboard can handle up to 128 gigabytes of RAM. I have 32 right now. If I wanted to go 64 or 128, sky's the limit. But I have I have DDR4. When I do go to DDR5, I will hopefully try to max out what I can. If I can max it out at 34 or 32 or 64, I'll try to do that. I know it's gonna be more expensive, but right now for AM4, I'm where it's at right now because that's what I have. If you're a new AM5 platform user, 32 gigabytes, might cost a lot more money than you're willing to spend, and I get that, and I understand that. And Jay's 2 cents talked about this, but I talked about this years and years ago too as well, to how graphics card companies are going to find a way to make us buy new hardware to play better games or play the games on. The AAA games. Requiring now, a more rasterization, a more ray tracing, a more RAM or more VRAM, more. It's always more and more and more. It's never enough, never satisfied. More and more and more. Never enough, more and more and more. Never enough, more and more and more. And that's what it is. So we all have to be walking around with 25 gigabytes of VRAM to be used at any moment practically. I have 8 gigabytes. You might have 8 gigabytes. You may have 6 gigabytes. You may have 4 gigabytes. That means you couldn't play this game, even if you wanted to. And that right there, folks, kind of bothers me. Because these companies know, and yes, I get it. Even J.C. Sense mentioned it. That, yes, it's over with. We need to move on to different platforms, to different graphic platforms. I get that. But I don't think Jay understands, not everybody has money coming out of their ass. Where they can just fart out $100 bills and turn, okay, here you go, here's your $5,000, Mr. Graphics Card Company, and just buy a graphics card every 2-3 years. My 3070 is running really well. But with the games like that coming out, Indiana Jones coming out, and what else comes out after that, ray tracing is going to be, enabled, and you can't turn it off. So if your game gets 25, you get 30 frames, lucky 30 frames out of it. Now, why are you going to buy that game? I ain't going to buy the game. I'll probably download it in Game Pass Ultimate and try it out, see how it works. If it runs like crap, I'll just uninstall the game and just not worry about it. But for those people who don't have Game Pass Ultimate, who don't even have an Xbox app because maybe you didn't buy Xbox stuff before, so you don't have that kind of notion to worry about it. So you don't worry about that kind of stuff. It doesn't bother you right off the bat. So why are you gonna worry about it? You're not. You're not gonna run out there and go buy the latest great graphics card just to go play one game out of all the games out there. You're like, I ain't gonna buy Star Wars or Indiana Jones. I'll go buy this Helldivers 2 and Spider-Man and Halo Infinite and Halo Master Collection and blah 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 blah. You just play those games and not worry about the weird games like the Star Wars or the Indiana Jones requirement wearing the Indiana Jones requiring a ray tracing card. Minimum requirements 2060 Super. So I think this is going to be interesting. For once again, the game industry is having a hard time. PC right now with the NZXT scam, with the graphics card issues for Baco, and releasing the 40 series cards way too early. They should have waited at least to 2024, 2025 to release the 40 series cards to give everybody a break from the scalper issues in 2020, 2023. And then, they launch out the 40 series card right away. And then no one buying stuff for almost 2 years. All of a sudden they buy it now. The boom, now comes 5,000 series cards. It's like, NVIDIA, please stop. Pump the brakes. You can slow down production. You don't have to rush out Let's Create every 5 minutes. Okay, you can give us a chance to, smell the roses with these cards. Because right now, I'm probably in my second year. May 3rd, 2.5 years in my 3070 lifespan. She's telling me I gotta rush out and go buy another card just because, yes, my game is good, But the VRAM is going to require more VRAM, 12 gigabytes of VRAM, to play at optimal level, now recommended levels. Another thing too, your VRAM has to be higher than 8, 12 and higher. A 3080 Ti or 7900. And those two graphics cards are kind of weird because 7700 and 3080 Ti are vastly different in power and performance. So I tell people, just take a step back. It's not doom and gloom. If every game requires ray tracing, then the gaming community, the gaming market is going to crash. Because people ain't going to buy it. I'm sorry. People ain't going to rush out there and go buy a game that requires ray tracing for their 1660 Ti. Okay, they spent a lot of money on to buy that pre-built or bought that card because they couldn't have one because the scalpers wouldn't leave them alone to go buy a decent card. So they bought that instead. That was still good back in 2020, by the way. And so still decent card. You play latest games. You play latest games in 1660 Ti and Super. The Ti version being better. But now 2060 Super is becoming the card to get. If you don't have the money coming out your rear end to go buy one, you gotta find one used, 8 gigabyte card. I'm saying once you go buy a 3080 Ti, but then again you spend $800 on a used card. It's just a lot of stuff going on, guys. I mean, I really wish the video would listen to us and stop thinking we're just money pigeons walking around with cash in their hands and going to throw it at them. They're a $1 trillion company and they treat us like we're redhead stepchildren. Then they get mad why people are upset with them for overcharging graphics cards and just yanking every nickel they can out of our hands. Then they wonder why people are mad at them. And the gaming community is up in arms right now, the PC side anyway, about the NZXT issues, the graphics card, the rasterization issues, not a lot of games are using, the 4.0, DLSS 4.0. A lot of problems with the graphics card not working, some driver issues with AMD, even Intel. The new Intel card come out, and the ray tracing is still not 100% on par. So the card probably won't work on this game anyway either. It's just like a lot of crap, guys. And I think we need to take a step back, breathe, relax, calm down, woosah, what you gotta do, and just take a moment and say, you know what? I have a 3060, I have 3070, I have a 1080. I can't play, or I can play this game, but maybe I can't play it high restoration, so I'm gonna not worry about this game. I'm not playing the Indiana Jones game anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. But I'm gonna let you guys know if you guys do have that inkling to play some in the Indiana Jones with the whip and the gun and string cross. To do all swing across, you're gonna have to have a pretty good beefy graphics card, or a card that has 12 gigabytes of VRAM, but also has a ray tracing enabled automatically. So that right there is gonna kill a lot of the 8 gigabyte and 10 gigabyte cards. My car probably won't run it very well at all. 10 will probably have rough. 12 will probably be almost somewhat decent. 16 and above, yeah, you're fine. But if you don't got a 16 above card that has 16 above graphics cards, no, if you're not above that 16 gigabytes and above, it ain't gonna matter what you're doing. I don't care who you are. So this is my video, guys. I'll make another video tonight, but I'll talk about this later on tonight. I want to have time to rest a little bit and have a little rest and relax a little bit and think about this a little more. But I'll let you guys go. See you guys later. Once again, like, subscribe, notification, ring that bell. Peace out.